This is the lottery voice. The law of attraction and its role in attracting money. The universe is very powerful. It matches how you feel. It is unheard of to hear of a rich person who thought of him or herself as being poor. While it is true that these principles of manifestation and law of attraction must always be followed by substantive will to accomplish your goal, it is also true that having a positive outlook will greatly determine the outcome. There are rich people who have no perception of achievement because everything came too easily. These may seem fortunate to others, but may be among the most unfortunate in the world. Their lives are planned out ahead of time and they don't have the same choices or freedom as those who have worked their way to fortunes. They may be following obligations and may live literally miserable lives as a consequence of these obligations. It doesn't follow that just because you are rich, you are going to be happy. If you believe that, then you need to rethink things. The responsibilities and obligations which come with inherited wealth are sometimes too high a price to pay for personal choice and freedom, and those who choose to stick with those obligations can be very unfulfilled and unhappy people, regardless of having money. Looking on a more positive side, let us take our earlier instance of Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. For an innovation that was started in a basement, you have to admit that it has grown tremendously. I bet, when Jobs was innovating, he had a strong desire to take his company and product global. He probably had an inclination of how big he wanted his innovation to be. He might even have had in mind the number of consumers he wanted to use his product. He probably visualized this demographic and created a product that would attract and win the hearts of these consumers. And alas, Apple is what it is today. This example is a perfect instance where the power of the law of attraction has been effectively used to create something out of nothing. Entrepreneurs will be the first to tell you that visualization and belief in the work that they do is vital to success. You have to have an image in your mind and you have to work toward promoting that image, as Jobs did and as Microsoft leader, Bill Gates, did. This amount of belief against all odds is what took people like this to the top of their professions, and it works in the same way with winning money or attracting it using the law of attraction. If you want to attract money, you must visualize and manifest the achievements that you desire, which in this case is the lottery, or rather winning or having a huge amount of money. Imagine having a lot of money right now. Can you feel how your thoughts shift and you instantly feel much better? Use this picture to help you visualize how your life would be if you had the money or won it in this case. The only reason you are not enjoying a life full of money currently is because you feel and act differently than you would be if you had money. This is also part of the reason you hear of persons who won a lot of money in this jackpot only to have none a few months or years later. If you want to win a lottery, you may use many tricks. I would suggest searching for a picture of the previous lottery winner, with the expression they had on their face when they heard that they had won the jackpot. Hang this on a wall where you can see it every morning. Why is this important? This will help you to visualize how it will feel when you do win. It shall help you plan well ahead on how you shall use the money. It is not unheard of to hear of people who had a mental breakdown after they won a huge sum of money. This exercise will help prepare your mind for the winning. Attracting money into your life using the law of attracting is very possible. In order to utilize this law property, you first need to understand how this law works. This law is very simple, as earlier explained. You attract the experiences of your thoughts. When you focus on certain thoughts you wish to experience, you will attract them to your vibrational zone and vibrational reach. Did you know that the way you feel might be an indicator of the type of future experiences you would have? It is important that you be conscious of the way you are feeling at any given moment of the day, as this will be a strong indicator of how you may feel in future. If you wish to have money, start by feeling as if you already have it right now. At a company retreat, I talked to a young man who had been hired recently. I was very surprised by how well he had blended into the company. Everybody knew him, so I decided to check into his credential and work experience, and to my surprise, there were more qualified and experienced candidates who had been interviewed but never got the job. I sought to know what other people saw in this man. I had a conversation with him one morning and was rather impressed by his understanding of the business. As curious as I was, I asked him how he got the job over candidates that were more qualified. I have to say his answer surprised me. I visualized being employed here, what would be required of me and what would be expected of me as an active member of the team. As I listened to him, I was surprised by how much conviction he had. He knew he was the right person for the job. This helped him feel confident during the interview, and as a result, he is steadily rising in ranks. I expect him to be a junior divisional manager in less than 2 years. This is a very good example of how thinking that you are or you already have will influence your future. The young man mentioned above walked into the HR department as if the job was already his and walked out of the office with a job. That is the power of the law of attraction, an infinite source of power that you can tap. In my case, the trust fund setup is all in place. I continue to believe in my plan and know that it will benefit the deserving. I believe in it, and if someone was to ask me what I want for the future or how I became the happy and stable person that I am, I would have to tell them that visualization that leads to positive vibrations is the answer and can be the answer for them. Another instance where I saw someone I figured was out of place in a top position, I asked them how they got the job. "I always had the job as far as I was concerned," he replied. "The interview was just a formality." I thought for a moment that the guy was being glib and using his humor in a big-headed manner. I thought that with an attitude such as this, he would never have friends or gain influence over other employers, and I was wrong. It wasn't big-headedness at all. It was the power of the law of attraction, and during the time that he worked in that company, he taught others to improve their chances in life. This company was able to give promotion to people who would otherwise have been overlooked. Why? Because the guy cared about the staff that worked under him and taught them to reach for the skies. Some of them did, and they got promotion because of the positivity that this guy instilled in others. Another example is Richard Branson, and ex-employees are happy to put their successes down to their being introduced to Work Focus by Richard Branson's methods. He was so positive that it was contagious, and the positive vibes that he sent to his employees is still going on today. The belief that they can succeed is what will make them succeed, just as your belief that you will win the lottery will actually make you come up with the numbers that will affect your future. These are people that have attracted wealth, and they did it through the law of attraction. Remember, positive ideas, positive vibes and belief in self are all part and parcel of how the law of attraction works to increase your wealth or to give your life the gift of abundance. I have that gift, and the abundance in my life is something that makes it a very good life to be in. The lottery win will be the icing on the cake. Please check the link below. You can buy tickets and win prizes in lotteries from all around the world. This is the website that I personally recommend.